Hello everyone, it's Patty. How you doing today? Happy Thanksgiving everyone, even though the time is now 2 o'clock in the morning. But I'm just getting done cleaning up my kitchen because it was a total disaster area. And so yeah, I had to clean all that up, the mess. And you know what? I wanted to show you all my Christmas things. I made that decoration thing that comes up in the air there with the Christmas ornaments. I made that gingerbread. I made the little gingerbread house. I put these flowers together right here, decorated my tree, and that, as you've seen, was my little village. Yeah. And then this is a stocking I made. Got some old-fashioned Santas up there. And nothing over there, but I'll bring you over here and show you my snowmen. Yes. And here's some more stuff over here. And here's some more stuff over here. And here's some more stuff over here. And I made this little cupcake thing right here. Isn't that cute? And I just put some different candies and some canisters. So yeah. But anyways, oh, and that's my little, it's got the little nativity on the window. That's my other little theme. But yeah, I have a little grandson, and he's 7. And the thing is, they're not little for very long, you guys. And so, they need to have fun, they need to be excited and see these things. They love that. So anyways, I wanted to come on for a few minutes because I've been aggravated about Sebastian Rogers missing out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. And Summer Wells, who was missing from Rogersville, Tennessee. Anyways, yeah, I just been aggravated watching different videos, and nothing against anybody. It's just that, so like Summer Wells, all these people want to blame like everybody else and look at all these people as suspects. And I'm telling you that Summer Wells, if she had been, first of all, the police said there was no sign of abduction and that they did not believe that she was abducted. Second of all, did you guys know, well, they got over 1,000 tips. First they got 500 like in the first month that Summer went missing, and then 1,000 and over 1,000. It could even be more for all I know, you guys, but think about this for a minute. That is 500 people at first in the first month when Summer went missing, and then over 1,000. You guys, think about this for a minute. That was a lot of leads and a lot of tips, and although they did not maybe come to fruition, anything, we don't really know what the police have, but I will say that is interesting that they got that many tips. So I do believe the police have some kind of info, but I just have always believed they're waiting to find her remains or find her somehow, and that they, what are they going to do? They can't really charge, I don't think. Maybe they can do it on just circumstantial evidence without a body. I've seen them do it. They did it with Joe Clyde Daniels. They still haven't found that little boy from Tennessee. Anyways, you guys, so I think that's a lot of tips, really, I do. And it's interesting. But what I'm getting annoyed at is, like, I'm not trying to speak down or negative about Ziggy Hill and Fred Hill, but they're always saying stuff and starting drama. And you know, I just heard that, seen that Curse with Curiosity, she put a video out about Ziggy calling 911, I think it was her. But anyways, somebody needs to call the cops on Fred and Ziggy for, like, why are they purposely causing distractions and problems in this case and drama? First of all, I want to say this to you guys, okay? So, there was only one stranger there on that hill, and that was Jackie Dobbs. And Jody Sue and Candace and Don and Andy got in a fight with him for camping on the property across from Summer Wells. He was the only stranger that day, and it's weird that he left that day. And I've done videos, go back into my videos, and you will see that I talk about him, that he is a #1 suspect on my list if it's not Don and Candace. But I truly believe it's Don and Candace, and this is my reasons why. They would definitely be really after someone or blaming any one of those people from Ben Hill Road if they truly believe that they did something to Summer. They don't get mad. They're not out doing anything. They're not contacting the police. They're not trying to find their daughter. And they're not mad at anybody. And they're not going after anybody. I do think it's interesting that Candace went up to Fred's when Summer went missing. I do think it's interesting that she was seen on Light Hollow Road at the time that Summer went missing. I do think it's interesting that everybody said that Don was home early that day, and I believe he was. But I believe when Hunter talked about that phone call that Don Wells got, that Candace got while they were out, I believe that Don was saying stuff to her, like he said there's some creepy guy on the property, and I believe he was talking about Jackie Dobbs. But the way these parents act, Don and Candace, I'm sorry, but these two parents, and I'm not trying to be ignorant to the parents either, but I do believe that they know dang well where their daughter is and that something very bad happened to her. And this is just my opinion only. I believe she was either sold or she was unalived by the family. Why? I'm just saying, I'm tired of people saying that Andy could have did this, or Andy was around, and Andy this and Andy that. Well, and the same with Fred Hill, and the same with Jody Sue. First of all, Jody Sue had her own kids, and so did Andy. They've been living by Summer Wells since she was a baby, okay? She's 5 years old. She goes missing. I do not believe that they would go and kidnap Summer. For what? What would be the reason? Why would they need to do that? And right when Candace is home with her mother and the boys and the dogs, you really think Andy or Jody Sue or Fred or any one of them are going to walk up in that yard knowing all them dogs were there, and the grandma and Candace, the mother, and all them boys home? And how would they even know that Summer, they could have grabbed a boy for all they knew because Summer had shaved head. And I do believe Summer's shaved head was a punishment. I do believe that they neglected Summer and they did things to Summer. I don't know what. I'm not going to accuse them of anything serious, but I do believe that they have done serious things. I believe them boys know more than what they're saying or whatever. And, I've prayed for these past couple years that those boys would remember something and they would tell someone, and that they would, uncover this for us, you know, and want to show where their sister is. Anyways, so I just don't believe, like, why would Andy or Jody Sue or Fred had kids too, and Fred's lived down there this whole time. So yes, he makes himself look suspicious, but I really believe that it was the parents or this other strange guy. He was the only stranger that came on the property, that came by the property, and then suddenly goes and stays in a motel. Goes home, shaves his head, shaves his beard, shaves everything. Looks like a completely different person, gets a divorce. Really weird to me. He just was suspicious. And, you know, everyone's innocent till proven guilty, but I'm just saying that he was the only one there. And, you know, if you go over to his channel, Elvis and Me, he talks a lot about this, wishing that Summer would be found, this would be over with. And it's strange, you know, I'm sorry, but it's strange that he was putting tons of missing kids on his page on Facebook nonstop, and now, you know, he's not doing that as soon as Summer come up missing. Weird. But anyways, I do believe that he is highly suspicious, but I do believe these parents know. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of everybody else trying to come up with these theories that somebody did this or somebody did that. Maybe it was Auntie. Maybe it was Jody Sue. Maybe it was Fred. Bull crap. I'm telling you, them parents knew. And I believe that they knew when Dudley said that he seen Don, you know, like the day before, 2 days before, crying, the day before, crying and sitting on the edge of the tub or something in one of the places they were building, and drywalling. And he said he looked like he lost his best friend. And all their friends, almost all the people that know Don and Candace, truly believe that they were neglectful and abusive, and they had a lot of strange people coming in and out of that house. But there was no one around but Candace, Grandis, the boys, and the dogs. So, I'm sorry. We know that they did something with her. I mean, for all we know, Candace could have met Don in Jonesboro. That she might not have went straight home. She might have went straight to Jonesboro and dropped Summer off with her daddy somewhere. She could have met him at McDonald's. She could have met him anywhere, at the store, some store. I think Jonesboro, if I was a searcher and I was there, I'd be searching and asking around in Jonesboro if they know anything, if they know Don, if they know Summer Wells, if they remember seeing anything. I'd put flyers there, and I'd put them also in Knoxville, because Don Wells liked to hang out in Knoxville all the time. And we heard that from Benny Keys, and we heard that from others, that he was into picking up, you know, call girls and doing, you know, illegal substances and having a good old time with, you know, when his wife's sitting home. But like I said, I believe those two know, and I believe they did something with Summer Wells. If they did it, then they have not investigated that guy that I just mentioned, Jackie Dobbs. If they didn't investigate him very good, they didn't search his vehicles, they didn't do anything like that. And that's terrible on TBI and Hawkins County part. But I also want to talk about Sebastian, because he's another little missing boy. And, you know, I don't really get it. I mean, doesn't TBI and Sumner County Police understand that there is that video recording of a vehicle and flashlights that looks like it picked up Sebastian that night, in the middle of the night. And if you go over and watch the mob crew, he'll show you that vehicle. And we can't make out really what vehicle it is, but you can kind of tell from the lights in the frame of it. Also, there were cameras all over the place, but as if you go over to the mob crew, his channel, you will see that they believe that many of the cameras were jammed that night and that there was a practice run the day before. Also, you know, Chris, the stepdad of Sebastian, he hit Sebastian with a belt. He admitted this on video in front of everyone, even to Nancy Grace, that he hit him with the belt and that he just tapped him. And protective services would not come out for that. They would not. I believe it was much more serious than that to get CPS to come out to Sebastian's house. And, you know, it always bothered me because why would you hit him with a belt for not wearing a belt? That was his excuse. And it makes me wonder if he's losing weight. And I've always thought, well, maybe something's going on there. And you know what else? I've always thought that they were keeping food from Sebastian because Katie said something about him getting into snacks. But look at what she did. She went and took him for all this food and like bragged about all this food. Like, why would you do that when you have a missing child? I wouldn't say, oh, I just took him for that, took my child for this and that and this and that. I wouldn't give a crap. You would say, my child's missing. I put him to bed at such and, or, you know, he went to bed at such and such time. You would not go through all this crap, talking about a Colasso popcorn, talking about going here and having this big meal. And, you know, I bet you Sebastian was excited because I don't think he got to do those kind of things all the time. I don't think this was the norm. And I believe that he got punished a lot. And look at how skinny he was, but look at his mom and dad. Look at how they're heavy set, you know what I mean? Sorry, but it's true. And he looks so frail to me and skinny for 15 years old. And, you know, and think about this. You know, his stepdad made him wear, and mom made him wear pull-ups. He's 15 years old, and, you know, I don't care if you're having accidents, I get it, but Seth said he did not wear pull-ups at his house, and Sebastian didn't have problems at his house. So it's really, really weird. That is so humiliating, the way that they treated him. And I was listening to Seth talk about this, how they had his phone locked down and how he wasn't even on it. But I will tell you this, my son has had a traumatic head injury when he was a baby. So he doesn't hardly go on his phone at all because, you know, he doesn't know a lot of people to call. He'll call his sister once in a while. But the thing is that it was so locked down that he couldn't have nothing on there. And why at 15 years old? Why? I'm sorry. You can't use the excuse that you're protecting him at 15. I'm sorry. And no, he's not a normal 15-year-old, but he's still 15. And my son has a phone, and he has PlayStation and Xbox and all the things he wants to do if he wants to do them. You don't, you know, it just paints a picture to me in my mind that Sebastian was treated really terrible and neglectful. I mean, somebody said that, you know, I think it was Katie that said she was giving him medicine to sleep. He was taking meds. Well, how much, you know, did he take that night? What did she give him? Also, you know, I just have this bad feeling that Sebastian was made to sleep in the garage sometimes. I really do. I have this bad feeling that he was really mean to him. Look at what the neighbor said, you guys. The neighbor said that Sebastian's stepdad sprayed him with the pressure washer, would humiliate him and say nasty things. And he even did it, we heard him talk about Sebastian when he's been on different people's channel. And it just makes me sick. I'm sorry. I feel like Sumner County Police and TBI are really failing in these missing kid cases. I mean, I seen one the other day. They said, look at this. We solved this. Like 47 years later, really? It took you that long to solve, 47 years to solve this case? Come on. People need to get on the ball there. I'm sorry. And I noticed that in most of these missing kids cases, the parents are the ones who have to take action and get out there and do all the legwork. I mean, look at Dylan Rounds and look at, a lot of these kids. But, the parents aren't going to do it for Summer. They haven't at all. So the only voice that Summer Wells has is us, the people out here that are talking about her. That's it. That's all she's got. And Sebastian's got his father and his grandma on his dad's side, thank God. But as far as his mother's side, and, we're not seeing nothing happening there. And it seems to me that somebody's either paying or doing something for all these online trolls to go out there and harass everybody on their channels. I mean, I cannot believe it. I was watching this one lady, and I just subscribed to her. Her name is Julie, and, all these people were on there, like, attacking her right away. And, it just shocks me because, you can tell that somebody is orchestrating this, that this is a plan, because there's so many of them that come out and attack anybody who's talking about any way that's not positive about Chris and Katie, or about same thing with Don and Candace. You got people out there like Miss Daisy, White Boy Lockdown, supporters of the Wells, Chasing Truth Crime. She's always been a supporter of the Wells. A whole bunch of different strange people that think that, Don and Candace can't do no wrong. You got the same thing in the Sebastian Rogers case. And I'm sorry, but the way that Sebastian's stepdad talks about him, the way that his mother talks about him, and that one Julie lady that I was telling you about that I listened to the other day, you know what she said? She said that, to pay attention how long it took for Katie to respond to questions. When she was on Nancy Grace about her, work, about her work vehicle, different things like that. It's really weird. And she's right. That would be really, I thought it was strange too, but, I didn't really put it into words, but she did. And she brought that to light, Anyways, that lady's got a really good channel, and she's talking about Sebastian Rogers. But yeah, that house, I'm sorry, was not good for Sebastian Rogers. And I don't know why Seth, didn't fight for custody more, or if he was really getting custody. I heard that, but I don't know. But I'm glad that Seth has Tony, and I'm glad that Seth has Bullhorn Betty and different people that are supporting him, because he needs that support, because his son is missing, and he's the only parent really searching. And you gotta, people gotta stop hating on people who are searching for these missing kids. Some people hate on Dolly Vision. Well, Dolly Vision is at least out there doing something, going there, looking. You know, Bullhorn Betty is going out there doing stuff. You know, different ones, but they get attacked. And a lot of people have gotten attacked and they've gotten threats when they started talking about and hanging flyers up and doing, and that's strange. To me, that says that somebody is paying somebody to do dirty work to others. So, I don't know, but I find it really strange that, you know, Katie didn't call the police. She had Chris call the police. And, oh, that's what I heard. I heard it on Dolly's. Dolly said, you know, the reason that she did, we don't know where she was. Nobody knows where Katie was while Chris was calling the police. I mean, she said they had him on three-way, but that don't mean nothing. It doesn't have her location at the time, but you know, they can find out their location. And if those two ever do get charged for Sebastian's disappearance, everything will come out about their phones, the cell phone data, what towers those phones were pinging off of. They got so much technology now, so, you know, I know Katie works for Brinks, but too bad. They will find out what happened in this case. I do believe that eventually. I mean, you know, Susan Morphew from Colorado, you know, she was missing for years, and I didn't believe she would ever be found, and she was. And it was really strange. Excuse me. Because they were looking for someone else. They were looking for another missing person, and they found Suzanne Morphew, and they found her by her chemo port because she had cancer, and they had that chemo port in her, and they found her chemo port and her remains, and it was so sad. But I do believe that, it's just my opinion, that her husband is the responsible one for her death. Everyone's innocent until proven guilty, so, you know, these are my opinions. They're not facts, so it's just what I believe, and a lot of people believe that, and even the police and the prosecutors believe that Suzanne Morphew's husband did this to her, and I hope that they can somehow prove it. You know, I really do. But yeah, it's just aggravating because you know there was abuse to Sebastian. You know, it's just thinking about him having to wear Depends, thinking about him being SA'd, thinking about the SA offenders in his family, thinking about, you know, that they had to lock down food because you know dang well it's not because, like that Julie said, it's not because Sebastian was overweight. No. So yeah, I just, you know, everything about it, the mattress in the garage, just all these things, you guys, it's a very scary scenario that they've painted for us. And, you know, just like, that lady that Julie said, she said that they should have really checked into those cameras because somebody spotted a kid that looked like Sebastian in a truck that looked like Chris Proudfoot's, and that they were traveling somewhere at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So I truly believe that they know where Sebastian is. I'm sorry, that's what I believe. I believe something terrible was done to him. I don't know what it is. I don't think that he was just given off or living in a homeless camp. I don't believe that he was just given to somebody to hide in secret. No, I don't. I believe that Mr. Bigfoot lost his temper in Katie and something happened to him. and they took him out of there. So these are just my opinions. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I know I did. I had 13 people here, and, you know, I loved it. But, you know, nobody helps clean, and I hate that. Of all my kids, and nobody helps me clean or do nothing, you know? They just eat and leave. Whatever. You know, that's the things you get for being a mother, right? So, and it's probably my fault for not raising them the right way, right? Because that's what they say to everybody, well, it's your fault. But anyways, I probably, you know, because they have asked a couple times and I'll say, no, don't worry about it, so it's my own fault. You know what I mean? So, but it was a disaster zone, and I spent so long cleaning, and then they have it look like that. I could not leave it, so I did them dang dishes, yes, and there was a lot of them. And I'm tired, and I'm up this late doing a dang video, 2:30 in the morning. But yeah, I just get aggravated because I hear these things from Ziggy, and I hear these things from, I'll show you that up there again. My cute little stock, you know what I mean? Stuff that full of greenery. But yeah, it just bugs me that, everybody's got 9,000 scenarios, and there's just not that. Don and Candace have acted so suspicious, same as Katie and Chris, and none of these parents are upset, worked up, wanting to go on every news thing, wanting to talk about their child, wanting to go on any channel to try to find their channel. Kid, no. They have never done that. The only time Don and Candace went on YouTube was to find somebody to support their beliefs, their crap, and believe them and support them and never bring out the truth. And when you wanted to ask them questions, they wouldn't answer them. Then, all of a sudden, their internet went out or whatever. Bull crap. I'm telling you, if you got parents that aren't even acting like they care, and like it's no big deal that their child's gone and they're just living their life. I mean, they gave Summer Wells toys and stuff away in her clothes right away. I heard they're selling all Sebastian's stuff as gaming stuff and everything. You know, look at that mother and stepdad. They left as soon as Sebastian goes missing, and then they go and take off. They go to a campground in a whole nother town, city, 3 hours away. Very strange behavior to me, and I don't care. She's saying, oh, you know, she was afraid, right, from harassment from YouTubers. Nobody was harassing them. Driving by in the neighborhood looking for Sebastian is not harassing you, Katie and Chris. And also, I'm sorry, but if your child was looking for you and did just run away, he sure wouldn't be able to find you, and you had him locked out of his phone. You didn't let him take his phone. You didn't let him do nothing with his phone, Chris and Katie. I think you guys were mean to him, and that's just my opinion. So, and I think you're paying people to troll and to hate on people and to go real life on people, and that's terrible. And I hope y'all get in trouble, and I hope Dog the Bounty Hunter wins his, and Seth wins their lawsuit. Not lawsuit, but their RICO case against these hateful channels and these people. Nasty, vile, nasty, gross people who are out there making YouTube videos, just talking trash, terrible about Seth. Talking trash, terrible. I'm not talking trash about Chris and Katie right now. This ain't talking trash. What I'm saying is that I believe they're responsible for what happened. I do believe, because they had CPS cases and they admitted out of their own mouths that they were abusive. The neighbors seen it with their own eyes. So it's not a lie, and it's not a slander, or it's not any of those things, because these are facts. Those are facts that the neighbors have seen them be abusive. Other people have talked about it. There were more than one CPS report. So you're not going to tell me that that's slander, because that's not slander. That is the truth of what people said and witnesses said, and the way you even admitted it. And now Sebastian's missing, and we know Summer Wells, she had a lot of signs that she was being abused. She had marks all over her body, bruises all over her body. She was filthy. Her bedroom was filthy. Her home was filthy. It was gross and disgusting. And she was always holding the front of herself. And they shaved her head bald. And witnesses said they treated her bad in the stores. Some people witnessed that Candace was nice to the boys, but not to Summer. And mean. And I heard, and people stated over the years, because Summer's been missing 3.5 years now, stated that Candace did something bad, was abusive in the parking lot at the school. And I believe it was to Summer Wells, and CPS was called. And they've had so many CPS reports. And that's another thing, you guys. Common sense will tell you, since they lost about 7 children to the state because they were neglectful and abusive, and they did, illegal substances, and they did bad things, and the father's been in prison a lot of his life, and so was the mother in jail, so always in trouble, these two convicts. The thing is, you lost all them kids. How can you even think that we would think that you were innocent in your missing daughter's case with her missing? How could you think that? The chances of her going missing under your watch are, off the charts. So, I'm sorry. If I'm wrong, I'll apologize to Donna, Candace, and Chris and Katie, but I don't believe I'm wrong. And I believe Sebastian was abused and neglected, and I believe Summer Wells was abused and neglected. And I'm glad that Summer's brothers have gotten out of there and that they're doing fine. But yeah, I'm just aggravated, you guys. I'm sorry, but I think people try to confuse this case with, like, all these different, scenarios, twists and turns, bull crap drama, and, they make it too hard. Like, the easiest answer is that something bad happened under her parents' watch. Same with Sebastian. They said he wasn't a runner. The mom said she wouldn't know why he would walk out the door. They don't know if he walked out the door because they weren't awake. They don't know how he got out of the house, supposedly. Well, I believe I know how he got out of the house, and I believe it was either by them or somebody that they called and took him out there and had to take him away. I don't know where Sebastian is. I feel really bad. I'm sad. I pray for him and Summer to be found all the time. And I have been for a long time. And you know who else? Michael Vaughn. He's missing out of Fruitland, Idaho. He's a sweet little boy. He was only 5 when he went missing, and he's on 3 years and some too that he's been missing. And no sign of him, and he hasn't been found. And it's just so sad. And I feel bad for the family going through these things on the holiday, the ones that truly did love their children and care about them. And I mean, I don't know Brandy Neal, but you know what? She seems more caring about her son than Donna Candace and the Proud Feet here, Big Feet. So, I don't know. But I just wanted to come on here and say hi to everyone, wish everyone happy Thanksgiving. Love you guys. I'm thinking about you. I know I haven't been on here much. I've been very busy. I got all my Christmas shopping done, all my Christmas decorating done. And now all I have to worry about this month is baking stuff for Christmas. And I'm glad to have it all done, believe me. So, yeah. I love you guys. I'm thinking about you. Let me know what you're thinking about in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. And I will say this one last thing before I get off here. If you come on my channel and you leave nasty comments or ignorant things to me, you'll just be removed from my channel and you won't be able to come on here no more. That's all. And I don't really care how many subscribers I have. I mean, I love all my subscribers. I'm not out to get a bunch of subscribers. I'm not monetized. I'm here because I care about Summer Wells. She's who I first started doing videos about, and I still continue to do so and care about her until she's found, hopefully. And also, now that Sebastian's missing from Tennessee, he has won my heart, you know. Everybody loves that boy and wants to see him found. Same with Summer Wells. So keep praying, you guys. I hope everyone's well. I miss all of you and love you. And thank you for being here. Thank you to those who do subscribe. Thank you for your liked comments, your likes and your comments. I appreciate them. All right, you guys, you have a good night. God bless you. You know, don't get too worked up over the confusion that some of these people want to, you know, get everybody going on these wild goose hunts. You know, just stick with, you know, what you know and who's the closest, because it's usually the closest. And they say it's almost always a family member or somebody the child knows. So, you guys be blessed. Peace and see you soon. Okay. Good night.